today we're making roux, and there are three basic types of roux. We have a blonde roux, a light brown roux, and a red brown roux. Today we're making a red brown roux, which is very common in Cajun Creole cuisine. It's mostly used in crawfish etouffee and gumbos. And today we're going to be making a crawfish etouffee with a red brown roux. The roux is made by cooking together equal parts of flour and fat. For Cajun cooking, they use in their gumbos and crawfish etouffee a red brown roux, which gives it a nice smoky, nutty flavor. To start off, we're going to add equal parts peanut oil and flour. So you just want to incorporate it and get all the lumps out of there. Once it's incorporated, we will transfer it to a 350-degree oven for about 2.5 hours. Okay, so 2.5 hours later, we have reached a light brown roux. And at this point, to take it to the red brown roux, we want to finish it up on the stovetop. And then just begin stirring. And it's really important at this stage that you do not stop stirring, because otherwise you'll have little burnt specks in the bottom. So just keep stirring until you get to a red-brown color. People would ask, what's the difference between Cajun and Creoles? And the Creoles were the aristocrats that kind of had a little more means and could afford to buy more expensive ingredients such as butter. And so the Creoles might use butter in their roux as opposed to oil, where the Cajuns would use, because it's a little more accessible. Also, you couldn't ever make a red-brown roux with butter because the butter would burn before you could reach that stage. Whereas peanut oil has a really high smoking point, so it can stand up to the cooking process. Some Cajuns would even go one step further, which is a black roux, which is even more intense and smoky, nutty flavor, but it's extremely bitter, and it's really hard to make because it's not burned, it's right before the stage of being burned. So you can see right here, now we're starting to change color and starting to smoke. That's when we know that we're getting close. So it's really important to pay attention at this point not to burn it. So you'll bring the flame down a little bit and just keep stirring. See the smoke coming up? Keep stirring. This is exactly where the smoky flavor is coming from. The flour is toasted, becoming nutty. It's really deep, dark flavor. So, getting really close. Starting to turn that red-brown color. Smoky, shut the heat off. We're going to move it off the heat. And we're going to continue to stir so it doesn't burn, to cool it down. Okay, and at this point we'll transfer it to a refrigerator, let it cool down even more, and let it set up, and we'll be ready to use for tomorrow when we make our etouffee. Now we're making the crawfish etouffee from our red-brown roux that we made the other day. And so for etouffee, we start with the holy trinity of Creole and Cajun cooking, which is celery, onion, and bell pepper. We also have some dry thyme, paprika, cayenne, basil, white pepper, black pepper, of course our crawfish, red-brown roux, and clam stock. To start, we add a little peanut oil to the pan, because we use peanut oil to make the roux, so we'll use peanut oil to do the sauté. Add our trinity. And you just want to sauté it until it's soft. Okay, now once we've sauteed the vegetables, we want to bloom our spices, which just means that we're going to kind of, bring them back to life and brighten them up a little bit. So, do a little paprika, cayenne, basil, pepper, thyme, and white pepper. Just about 30 seconds or so. You can really smell the spices now. Okay, so now we're going to add our roux. And the roux, just to your desired consistency. If you like it a little more thicker, you can add more roux, or if you like it a little more frothy, add less. Okay, now we've cooked our roux for a second, and at this point we want to switch over to a whisk, and we're going to slowly incorporate ladles of our clam stock. The reason why you want to use a whisk is to make sure that there's no lumps. Keep whisking until you get the desired consistency. The etouffee will only come up to its full thickening power until it comes to a boil. So once it comes to a boil, it's pretty thick, so we'll just add a touch more. Now we're ready for the crawfish, which you want to add right at the end because you just want to poach them slightly. For about a minute, and then they'll be done. And we got our beautiful smoky crawfish etouffee, and so we'll just taste for seasoning, some more salt. We'll plate it up. It's gonna look good. And traditionally, it's served with white rice. Sometimes the Hoosiers around here like to serve it with mashed potatoes, but we're just going to go traditional. You have a little rice, some scallion, and lemon on top. There we go. We got our Louisiana crawfish etouffee.